Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense. Today we're going to be looking at commodities ETFs. This is a viewer requested video essentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to finviz.com. We're going to make our way to the ETF part of the scanner right here. And our asset type, global commodities or commodities and metals, asset type, ETF type. I think the ETF type we want as global. What else do we got? Yeah, let's do global commodities and metals. Okay. Sector theme. Oh, cannabis. Commodity type. So here's the different types of commodities. I don't think there's any one commodity we want to look at. I was hoping to look at a combination of all of these. Um, so let's see. Um, okay, so we can do agricultural commodities, diversified. Let's do diversified commodities. So here is all the different commodities. There's 26 that apparently has different types of commodities. I think what I want to see is a year-to-date return over 5%. Where's year to date? Flows, return 1 year. Where's the return year to date? Uh, uh, I guess the 1 year return. Okay, let's go back. Return 1 year, we'll look at the highest. So we have 18%. We'll look at there's quite a few over 10%. Assets under management. This one's over 1 billion and it's got a 12%. So we'll look at GSG. Assets under management. I kind of like assets under management low because it could be an ETF where someone has just started this out. So we'll check that one. Let's also, okay, here's one that's 2.4 billion. All right. And it has a 1 year return of 8%, 8%, 10%. 10 year is minus 1%. Let's look at the 10 year, the return percent on the 10 year. Wow. See, that's why the S&P 500 I like, because I mean over 10 years it's gonna do something. So none of these over 10 years are positive except for this one. I guess we'll check it out. All right, we've got 4 ETFs now. I think that's a good amount. So let's look at the monthly chart here, GSG. All right, so this goes back all the way to 2006. If you purchased any time before 2014, you are underwater. Well, it looks like the GFC, Great Financial Crisis, the low of that, you would be at break even. If you purchased anytime after 2020, you are above water. Let's see what we got here. There's no dividend here. Performance year to date is 9%, so it's beating the S&P 500. Uh, Treasuries is their top, well, the GSCI excess return. Let's see what they have. for the GSCI. Probably a mix of like corn, chocolate, orange juice, lean hogs. I mean, that's my guess. Fun. Let's do holdings. Here we go. Okay, why can't they tell me what's in here? There's zero market value. Treasury bill, 20, it's all treasury bill. Maturity. I mean, come on. Just T-bills that are up 9%. I don't know what the commodity is here that's being traded though. I'm confused. I'm probably not analyzing this correctly. Yeah. So I really don't know what the heck are all these T-bills. We're gonna find out. Okay. Okay, here we go. The fund's commodity holdings. Here we go. See, like oil, cattle, bean, soybean, copper, tin, platinum, coffee, crude. Okay. So that's what I would expect for commodities. I was not expecting this. So we're going to remove GSG from the list, although it was doing great. If you are someone who's seeking safety, GSG is the way to go. If you're seeking commodities ETFs, we're going to continue looking here. Okay, so this is more of what we're looking for. Holdings, here we go. Soybeans, copper, nickel, zinc, sugar, crude, gold, cattle, aluminum. So here's all their top holdings. Interesting. And then they have T-bills. Okay. Okay. So they're more heavily weighted literally in the commodities, and then they have T-bills as their backing, and then they have cash. All right, so this is one that we could get behind looking at the overall performance of it at SDCI. It's literally trading flat. I'm hoping there's a dividend with this one. There is. Is the dividend. Okay. So this year it's at 9%. It's beating the S&P 500 and you're getting a nice dividend. Um, this is decent. I feel like this is one of the more potentially better commodities ETFs. Can we see who owns this? SDCI. All right, so this does not have institutional ownership information here, but we'll be able to see it here, I think. All right, so we have Jane Street. So all these people, no Vanguard or BlackRock, but who owns quite a bit? So TAP Consulting owns a bit, Fortune Financial Advisor Group. So interesting. This is beating the S&P 500. Again, this is commodities if we're looking at commodities as a whole. Bulls are on the side right now. Momentum looks like it's heading upwards. Money flow is heading upwards. Again, relative momentum is heading upwards. This is a decent commodities ETF. And right here you can see it also as well. Their holdings. So shares outstanding. There's not that many shares outstanding, meaning this thing could be pretty volatile. Let's chart this out. I do just want to check this out. Attempt to reconnect. Damn. Well, that's a bummer. We'll go ahead and see if we can get this Thinkorswim running before too much time goes out. But looking at charting here, this was the lockdown, $10. And then here would have been channel 1 or support 1, support 2. Okay. So right here is our apex, meaning there's going to be a move up or down. I mean, there's always going to be move up or down, but I think a more volatile move up or down. So, man, I'm not an ETF person. I do like this. This does seem pretty safe. Um, your diversified gold, sugar, zinc, nickel, copper, soybeans, cash. I mean, this is a decent ETF, commodity ETF. We're going to keep this one open and we'll come back to it. Actually, you know what?
All right,
We'll
we
just wait for
did get
Thinkorswim to open and then
Thinkorswim
we'll review it. So we're going to look at SDCI here. Maybe. Okay. So couple of reasons why I wanted to look at this. I wanted to check out the Fibonacci arcs. What is that? It is this. So we're going to go to 1167 down here to 2727. 2727 right there. Okay. So I just want to see how the candles respected this these rings and what we can expect to see going forward. And just making sure I'm on the right symbol, SDCI. Okay. So we can see this outer ring was well respected by all these candles right here. Acts as support, support, resistance, support, falls through, acts as resistance, 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 breaks upward through. Now we're on the middle rung. We can see this candle actually goes and touches our inner ring right here. We consolidate. We have perfect support on this candle that I'm highlighting right now. Resistance breaks through. Almost perfect resistance, perfect support, falls through, perfect resistance, falls through. Now this is perfect support on the lower ring. Now we're battling with the lower ring down here, acting as both support and resistance. And I think, I'm thinking what we're going to see is possibly more downside momentarily. And why do I think that? 2727 right here. And I think right there is decent. Okay. So I only think that because of this one candle right here, bearish feeling where we have the long upper wick, we are also near this lower ring, which is fine. But we can see it's been tested so many times that I think we could see this month's candle for May, just fall through this. It could act as support at $18.40. But we are also facing an apex right here where we have the Fibonacci arc going right through our resistance. We could see a volatile move up or a volatile move down, depending on where the stock could go. Another thing we're going to look at is cycle brackets. So this cycle was our all-time low cycle. This cycle right here was our all-time high. And think of it as like buy, sell type thing. So you wanted to buy here, sell here. You wanted to buy here, sell here. So right here, it's saying we should, when I say we, I'm saying, okay, nobody should be buying off of anything I'm saying. Basically, if we were following this and we were someone who was investing based on cycle brackets, we would be buying here, selling here. And selling here could be 31 or it could be 22. We don't know. We can't predict the future. Um, an area of support to watch in this area, right there. Just like that. Well, I think we could go as far as there. So basically, we have this channel here. If we could get this at 1791, that's great. Um, but again, it's an ETF. When the ETF owners make buys or sells within that ETF, you don't pay taxes on it, which is a good thing. So I like this one only because it is very diversified. We're going to look at a couple others, but I just wanted to chart this one out. So SDCI, good looking stock, good looking commodities. Okay. First Trust Global Commodity, tactical commodity. What do you think tactical commodity is? Like silver, gold? We're going to find out. Treasury, gold, T-bills, gas, government. I don't think this one is as diversified as the others. There's 43 total holdings, gold being 5%. The top 10, all these T-bills, gas, and gold are the top 10. They have coffee, Brent. I mean, this one isn't bad. Cattle, I mean, what we were just looking at. This one is not bad. Um, However, this one looks quite like GCG or GSG. There is a nice 3% dividend trailing 12 months. That is nice. Performance year date is right in line with the S&P 500. One thing I'm kind of at odds with is you're kind of underwater. If you bought this in 2015, you're about break even. If you bought this after 2016, except for 20, I don't know, there's a small period right here where you would have been buying the high part. I mean, this isn't horrible. Money flow again, kind of on the bull side. The momentum actually looks like it's reversing here. Money flow looks like it's definitely going up. Relative momentum looks like it's curling back up. Um, a lot of emphasis on the T-bills here, which is a rather safe investment. Again, I think depending on your risk tolerance and where you are at in your investing journey, whether you are high growth, income, stability, whatever value, I think this is more of a safe one. Like this one went from the COVID low of 13 and the rebound of 33, and now it's back to 24. So if you would have dumped all your eggs in the basket here at 13, you're probably sitting really pretty, collecting a beautiful dividend. You've captured some appreciation on your shares. So yeah. But in terms as an everyday investment, I don't think this is for myself. But if you're someone who is looking for safety, stability, income, 3%, not bad. Year over year, I mean, 8%, 8.2%. 5 year is 10%. Over 10 years, it's minus 1%. So it really just depends. I think this 10-year is going to change to the positive side after we get through the next couple of years for a lot of these ETFs. So just a heads up. Okay. This one, FTGC is okay. United States, I think this one sounds like all T-bills. It's kind of soybean, copper. Okay. Um, Interesting. So cash is 28%. Bond yields, cash 20, about 50%. Okay, 50% plus is tied up in cash. And then we have treasuries and T-bills. So this one again looks just similar to FTGC. Let's look at the monthly. This one's actually rising though compared to this one. This one's actually doing well. It's up almost 200% in 4 years. No dividend. So this is not a flight to safety stock. You don't own this in your retirement portfolio because you're not getting income. If you own this, it's because you want to have exposure to commodities. Wow, if you purchased this back in 2011, you're still underwater. 2012, you're underwater. Wow, huge dip right there. Now, if you went all in on the COVID crash, you're up almost 200%. And you're not collecting a dividend too, so yeah. This is an interesting one. I think these three different commodities ETFs are a little bit different. This one is more exposed to actual, uh, you know what? It's kind of like this one. A lot of these commodities have treasury bills as the core, which is fine. Um, it does limit the upside right here. This one is moving pretty well. So um, do with that what you will. I'm not a commodities person, but again, just reviewing some ETF commodities. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. If you like this video or you wanted a little bit more information, give me some feedback. I'm always open to feedback. Hope you have a great weekend coming up. See you soon. Goodbye.